So, as a special bonus, Gina's going to do the birth chart for one of our producers. And he's very excited. So, without further ado, JT.
Welcome, James. Okay, we are welcoming James, and he gave me his birth chart, and I'm about to read it. So, obviously I told you the signs, like the sun sign, the moon, and your rising, and your Venus. Those are the only ones we're going to do.
Sun, moon,
rising,
and
Venus.
What's the difference between rising and sun?
So your moon, your sun is basically your personality. What, like, your main one is Capricorn.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Your moon sign is your emotions.
Okay.
And then your rising is like how you project your personality.
Okay.
And then your Venus is like your love language.
Okay.
Like who you attract.
Got you.
All right. So. Wait, why does it say that? Oh, looking at the wrong thing. Okay. So, okay. So your sun is Capricorn, obviously. Your moon is Cancer. Are you emotional?
I wouldn't think I am. I've never been described as emotional.
So the tricky thing about Cancers I learned is that they're very like held in. They'll feel emotions on the inside, but they might not show it.
Okay.
Because I know every single Cancer that I've come across, like especially my brother, he acts like he don't care, but not in a malicious way.
Mm-hmm.
But just like he's very like nonchalant with it. But he feels like inside, like if you were to have a conversation.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
See a little bit of that.
Your rising is a Virgo. I could see that in you.
Really? A Virgo?
But Virgos are out there, like in a good way though.
All right, okay. Explain rising one more time.
Rising is how you project your personality.
How I project my personality. So I project as if I'm a Virgo?
But you are a Virgo. Your rising is Virgo.
I'm a rising Virgo. Okay. I'm just trying to like
process it.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I'm very simplistic when it comes to this stuff. I know Capricorn, January 18th, December 20 something. That's all I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like Virgos are just like observant people.
Okay.
They're persistent.
Okay. That sounds about right.
What else?
They'll give it to you straight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
I've been called blunt.
Definitely. Yes. Blunt wisdom. Yes.
Yes. Hey.
All right, and then your Venus.
This is my love language. Okay.
Sagittarius. I can see that because they're like good. Like Sagittarius are very loving. Like they love out loud. Like they don't hold back. They know how to like treat the person.
Okay. I
can see that with you and Princess for sure.
My love language is Sagittarius, and can you say that one more time?
What?
Sagittarius with that and no, my Venus. I'm sorry, my Venus.
Okay, so for instance, like, how can I say a Sagittarius? Like, my moon is a Sagittarius, so like, I feel like, do you think a Sag is like emotional?
No.
No?
A Sag is not emotional.
No. And if they are, it's kind of. I would see it as kind of similar to Cancer that they'll like hold it in. Sagittarius can be stubborn. They can. You can piss them off quick.
In a relationship, are you stubborn?
What do you mean by stubborn? What does stubborn mean to you?
Like, not easily to give in to something.
Yeah, I could say I'm stubborn.
But I feel like Sag, like, they're very loyal. That's a fire sign too.
Yeah.
So you have like all this like fiery passion. Like that's the word I was looking for, passionate.
That's crazy that you say that because I've always wanted, and this is like a complete tangent, but if I have a son, I want to name him Zuko.
Oh, that's dope.
Based off of the character
from the anime.
Who was a part of the Fire Nation. And the reason why I want that name is because, one, it stands for like bravery and all the other stuff, but just the story of his persistence and how he was trying to just like find himself. I feel like that was the best story of that anime series. And then now you just said fire, and that
now it clicked.
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
You have to name your son that.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Confirmation.
Yeah, we already agreed that that's going to be our son's name.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so for example, because you were questioning Virgo, you didn't really know about Virgos. So it says,
I don't know about any of them,
okay.
honestly.
So for your rising, right, this is how you project your personality.
How I project my personality.
And I'm going to send this to you so you can study it. So it says, people see you as objective, analytical, and a master of detail. You appear practical in your intellectual activities and pursuits and seem to enjoy research and the collection of data. You appear to need neatness and order in your environment, and you may have difficulty functioning unless everything is in its place. You have a quickness of intellect and extreme rapidity in, is that a word? Rapidity?
I've never heard that
Rapidity?
Rapidity?
I guess
rapidity?
Like fast, like extreme fastness in communication.
Okay, like swiftness.
Yeah. And it says, with both an earthy stability and a flexible intellect. Not much escapes your attention, and you will even notice objects in a room that others may not know are there. Like I said, Virgos are very observant.
Yes, I can see a lot of that. I hate when, like, my room is disorganized. We have back and forths about that all the time.
Really?
Like, if this, like, why is this all over the place, and she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and it's like, all right, we have to find
a happy medium.
Yeah, we got to find some middle ground. So I can see a lot of that.
You like routine? Capricorns like routine.
I love routine.
See?
I have to have systems in everything. Like, when I come here, all right, we got to make sure the wires are straight, the camera's straight. Like, when I'm in that zone, like, I don't even see any. And it, like, sometimes I think people take offense to it. Like, when I'm doing all of this and they'll like say something or
you
think
focus.
I'm just locked in because it's a system. So I just have to do the same thing the same way all the time.
I don't
to just
see
be
nothing
comfortable.
wrong with that. That's a good thing.
I have to. Wow, that's scary.
See how it's so on point?
Yeah, that's scary.
So so your moon in Cancer, so I'll go over that. It says emotions and practical expression fight for center stage, right? Because it's like I said, you have the emotions, but it's hard for you to actually express it. I noticed that a lot in Cancers. Ambition is best attained through peace and security, which must balance. Personality views for practical approach, while doubts arouse the emotions. You can be extremely busy-like, but have a tendency to draw into your shell. Home and family are important, and you are very warm, loyal, and a decent individual. You may tend to worry.
That's the best word.
Warm and loyal. You may tend to worry too much about everything. You could be a good counselor or teacher.
Wow.
Listen to this. Wait, it gets better. Sports could help to bridge the opposition.
Wow. This is crazy.
Yo.
Holy shit. What is going on right now? What is going on? What is going on? That is fucking insane.
Yeah, I wish Justin was here because he be thinking this astrology shit is not true.
I know. I wanted him to do it too.
I hope he comes because, yo.
It just ties sports, teaching. Yo, that's
your moon. So those are how you feel inside, your emotions, your heart.
I love sports. I like teaching. I just said for my birthday I was with my family, and that's all I wanted. Definitely very family oriented.
Wow.
Loyal to a fault. Yeah, and I definitely keep a lot bottled inside. I'd rather not say anything for the sake of not wanting to hurt someone's feelings.
A lot of people.
Yeah, that's the type of person I am.
Okay, and then lastly, we'll touch on your Venus, which was it again? Hold on.
Was it Sagittarius?
Sagittarius,
okay.
Yes.
See, I'm paying attention.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep up.
You got this. That's because I got your attention because this shit is valid, right?
Yes. It's so valid, it's scary.
Yes.
It's very scary because I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I don't want to take over.
Why?
No, because it's almost like it makes me think they're not teaching us this for a particular reason.
Absolutely. Because then you gain power of who you are, and you're able to operate and manifest and do things because you understand who you are. You understand what you're capable of. They don't teach this shit because if we all knew our powers, we could take over the world, literally. But it's just so much to learn, and you get sidetracked and distracted away from who you really are. But this shit is real.
And the way this whole thing is lining up is insane, because I literally just deleted my social media.
Really?
Because of this. So I did something different for my 31st birthday that I've never done before. I actually meditated into my birthday.
That's dope.
So it was like around 11:50, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try something I've never done before. I'm gonna just meditate for the next like 10, 12 minutes.
That's dope.
And I woke up into my 31st, but I was able to process a lot and reflect a lot in that 10 to 12 minutes, especially without having any social media interruptions. That was able to allow me to reconnect with the universe and be able to understand, like, you have a lot of support in that realm.
Yes.
A lot of love in that realm, and we disconnect so fast from it and from so long that we think we can never go back there. And from that to now, this conversation is just tying all those knots and all those holes and plugging all those things. That's like, wow.
You're on the right path.
I'm on the right path, and it happened. I had to do that for a reason.
Yes.
It wasn't a mistake.
No.
It wasn't a mistake.
Nothing's ever a mistake in general, but everything happens for a reason. But that's powerful, and you're getting into your power. That's the best part. That's meditating.
This shit is crazy.
I gotta do that. What?
Because yesterday on the pod, I was literally just talking about how the answer to all your problems are within.
Always.
Always. Always. No matter what you're going through, you can find the answer within. Yep. And then you just said that. It brought me back. We're just time traveling and jumping all over the world right now. This is insane.
You know, like, coming into myself was the best thing I could have did. Shutting everything off. Like, literally, like, I hate to keep talking about it, but my breakup was, like, the best thing that could happen to me. Because it taught me, like, to be by myself. Like, it taught me who are you besides being in a relationship? Like, who is Gina? What does Gina have to offer? And then I've always been into astrology. I've always tapped into spirituality. But, like, when you're alone and you really tapping in, whether you shut off social media, you don't have to be single to understand who you are. Because it's the energy you're around. But when you shut off all the distractions and you really understand self, like, literally, like you said, the answers are all within. You start thinking, shit starts clicking in your brain, like, what does this mean? Or how the stars got here? Or what's really in the sky? Or are those clouds fake? Or how many suns were they really? Like, all these things just start, like, keep going, and you kind of go down a rabbit hole, and you just keep researching, and answers come, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the World Wide Web we have to tap into, not the internet nonsense. The real World Wide Web is the universe.
Yeah, because what are you researching? The internet is a beautiful thing. YouTube is amazing. Even TikTok. I love TikTok. You know how much spirituality shit there is on TikTok?
Absolutely.
Crazy.
I follow a lot of it.
And it's really just about what are you doing? What are you researching? Where is your head at? And just shutting off all the negative shit.
I agree. This is astounding.
Right? All right. So your Venus, which is your love language.
My love language. I'm really excited to hear what this is.
Okay. It says, emotional attachment to your home and the domestic scene are emphasized. You are likely to be emotionally close to your parents and possibly may receive an inheritance from them. You will like to entertain your close friends in your home where you can create a warm, personal environment for them. You love the land, especially flowers, vegetation, and gardening, so like nature.
Yes, that is true. That's kind of like where me and my girlfriend kind of like we differ.
She's like a homebody.
Yeah, she's more. I'm in the house, in bed with my cover, my blanket, my movies, my ice cream. I'm good. Me is. I want to go. My feet have to touch the earth.
Gotcha.
Like, I need like when I'm in Puerto Rico, my socks are off, my
Grounded.
slippers are off. I'm in the dirt. Like, I have to feel that. I have to hear the birds. I have to go to bed hearing rain. Like those are just things that I just do personally to try to always stay connected with nature.
Yeah.
But in a weird way, I'm not an outdoorsy person. Like I don't want to camp outside for months.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm not a Viking.
That's
like,
extreme.
Yeah. So I'm not doing all of that. But I do love the environment of nature. My original birthday plan was to go to a cabin.
Really?
That was my original plan. We just couldn't find one in a short amount of time. But that's my next venture. We're gonna go up like to the Poconos or something, get a cabin, and just live. Kind of not outside, but in a more outdoorsy environment.
Yeah, you want to hear the environment. You want to breathe fresh air. You want.
Exactly.
You want to hug a tree.
I don't know.
I've done that. No fun shit. I have done it just to see what the hype was about. I mean, I didn't really. It's all perception, really. Like, I mean, I thought it was dope that like I actually did it, but like I didn't feel nothing like.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Maybe it wasn't the right tree.
Or maybe it wasn't the right time in my life.
Or that too.
I have sun gazed. I love sun gazing. Have you ever did that?
Yeah, I mean, yes. But I like sun gazing through a lens.
Like sunglasses?
I like when I'm shooting photography.
Oh, I see.
And you get that sun glare.
Got you.
I could stare at that all day.
Got you. Because they say like you staring at the actual sun, you gain like powers because it has so much vitamins and minerals with the sun. But the tricky part with that is that they manipulate the sky. So you don't know really what sun you're looking at.
That's the scary part. Yeah.
But I mean, nonetheless, like they say, like you can tell the difference. Like they say, like when you first try to sun gaze, it's really hard because you staring into a light, like your eyes, like your shit is gonna close. But they say you could tell the difference. I mean, I used to do it heavy in Atlanta because I always feel like it was closer to the sun there and just more fresh air and stuff. But
for me, I do that a lot, but it's more so through my window, so it's not as intense.
Right.
Like I like to wake up in the morning and just look outside just to see the different colors in the sky. It's amazing to me. I've done plenty of photos of just like sunrises and sunsets, like with the landscapes around here, and it's just a beautiful sight. But I never thought about what it was giving me other than the visual.
Yes.
But what you just said is now making me think more in different dimensions. Like, oh, I can get much more than this than just a visual appealing. So next time I do that, I'm gonna see if I can.
Yes, if you feel something different. Yes, it's so important for you to go outside and get sunlight. Like they say, like a lot of women have like vitamin D deficiencies, especially like in New York and like what are we on the north side?
In New York?
Yeah.
North.
Okay. East.
Depending on the pen, like, yes, east. But if we're going by hemispheres, then we're in the west.
Okay, so more like on the east side because they say like places with high buildings basically.
Okay.
Because Chicago is not east.
No, Chicago's Midwest.
Okay, so basically in places that it's not open spaces.
Okay.
That we have a lot of vitamin D deficiencies because it's not enough sun. Everything's kind of blocked by the sun. So, like, they do that shit on purpose, depending on where you are, because everything is designed to be a certain way. Like, New York is New York for a reason, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it really gets deep because if you ever looked into the history of why the Bronx is the Bronx and who the guy who this borough was named after, like, what is that about?
Wow.
Why is Throgneck Throgneck?
Right.
Like, these names don't just pop up out of nowhere.
Right.
They all have significance behind them, from the blocks that we live on to the names of our neighborhoods to the names of our states to the name of our country.
Right.
All that shit has meaning,
Right.
and we don't take enough time to really delve into what that means
Right.
and how that affects us on a day-to-day. Living in the country named America affects us somehow. But if we don't know what America means, we just know it as the name of our country, we don't understand the type of energy we're taking in just by living here.
Right.
So it could get real deep.
It can. It
get
can.
real deep.
I feel like they need to teach this stuff in school, but they never will because the Board of Education is designed to literally not teach any of this. Unless, like, you have great teachers like yourself, where you want to think out the box, and you like, all right, don't be telling no one we're about to talk about this, but X, Y, and Z.
That's why teaching originated at home.
Right.
Right? The parents were the first teachers. and they taught the kids what they needed to know to survive, and not only that, but to evolve into whoever they wanted to be. But now we just ship our kids off for 8 hours a day to these schools and to these strangers that we don't know, we don't trust, we don't care about. They're not in our communities. They don't live in our neighborhoods. They don't shop at our grocery stores. They don't go to our salons. They don't go to our barbershops. They don't do anything that involves community engagement in our neighborhood. But they're with our most prized and precious possessions 8 hours a day.
Right. And a lot of teachers do it just because it's a job. Like, think about it like that. Like, your child's life and education and mindset is literally in a teacher's hands if you're not doing it at home. Because most people, when you get home from work, you tired.
That's it.
You just want to check they did their homework real quick. But if a person's just going as, all right, I'm going to just be a teacher when I get older, but just because it's a good job and 401k and pension or whatever the case, they just going to go by the curriculum that they give them.
Yep. I have no patience for anybody who doesn't really care about our kids. I have none. I will tell you this is not the place for you. You can leave.
Yeah, so I was trying to find, because I know he works for the Board of Ed, I was trying to look for the mission statement of the Board of Ed because it's just crazy how they literally tell you everything, but I can't find it, so I'm going to list it down below once I find it and I'll send it to him. But basically, it's like not designed for anyone to succeed, like at all. So I don't want to briefly explain it because it's just not going to do justice to what it really is saying because it's really fucked up. But I'll send it and list it below. But yeah, life is crazy. Educate is not even a good word. Like, gain knowledge within yourself, gain knowledge within what this world is, like, and the more you understand about self, like you're saying, everything, all the answers are within, the more you get out of life. Like, it's so much to live by, but they make it seem like the world is bad, but it doesn't have to be that way, because you can literally have anything that you want if you set your mind to it. Like, that's not a myth, like, that's real shit. Manifestation is real, but you can't just sit here and just make a wish at 11:11. Like, you have to put action into what you want your manifestations to be. So
absolutely, and I feel people underestimate the value of manifestation. They underestimate the value of their mind. They underestimate the value of their thoughts. I said yesterday, everything that is in this world started with a thought.
Thoughts become things. Absolutely.
Literally, everything that is in this world started with a thought. That's how I know, or that's one of my proofs that, like, God is real.
Yes.
Because there had to be a thought, right? All this began with a thought.
Yep.
And however you want to look at it is up to you. But to me, that proves that there's some type of being or force or energy that's above the human mind. But I think these types of conversations help us reach those higher level frequencies, because I feel like the average day-to-day experience, especially in New York City, it's such a low frequency that you become a zombie almost. You get up, you just go with like, when people say go with the flow, that is like one of the most scariest phrases I've ever heard.
Because what flow are you going with?
Exactly. Like, if you're gonna just get up and just go with the 9 to 5 flow, or get up and go with the I'm going to school flow, like, yeah, you can go with the flow if you want, but I always like salmons because they go upstream. They go against the current. They don't do what all the other fish are doing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they go upstream. Yep. And that's how I've always tried to just navigate my life. Like, I've never felt comfortable being like everybody else. Like, everybody liked Michael Jordan, I'm not gonna like Michael Jordan because everybody else liked I can't do that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, everybody loved LeBron. No, I'm gonna be a Carmelo Anthony fan because everybody loves LeBron. To this day, I've never purchased a pair of Jordans.
Wow.
Ever, because I just feel like it would just make me like everyone else.
That's dope, though. That's a great quality.
Yeah,
you don't want to be a sheep.
You don't want to be a sheep. There's no value in that. There's no value of being in a herd.
Right. But not everybody could be a leader.
You don't have to be a leader to not be a part of the herd.
That's true.
I think as long as you are who you truly want to be in the inside, that's what matters. That's what makes you a leader, right? It doesn't
leader
have
of your own pack.
Exactly. Leader of your own pack, leader of your own family, leader of just yourself. that's all you need. It doesn't. You don't need to be Martin Luther King or Asada Shakur. You ain't got to be nothing like that. You just be the best version of yourself.
Right.
Because it's easier to just be a part of the current.
Right.
But once you're yourself and you're stepping into what makes you unique, that's true leadership in my opinion.
That's how your light shines bright.
Yeah. And then you can see when somebody is just loving themselves and comfortable with themselves and happy with themselves. They don't have to tell it to you. You know, you just feel that energy, you see that energy, you see it in that person. And I think that should be one of the purposes of school, is to help people tap into who they truly want to be.
Absolutely.
And we don't. That's the part that saddens me when I see people in these classrooms that don't care about our kids, because our kids need that the most.
Yeah.
Just off of the strength of the types of experience. Not saying all kids don't need it, but when you're a kid growing up in poverty, when you're a kid of color growing up in poverty, when you're a young girl growing up in poverty, you already have a bunch of things stacked against you.
Right.
And if you're not in an environment where people are trying to push you to be the best version of yourself, they just want you to be a part of the herd, whether they believe it or they don't. But that it is what it is.
Right.
As a teacher, if you're not helping that student become the best version of themselves, you're wasting their time.
Right. Because whatever you're teaching them is irrelevant. Because like we see, if you're not good within yourself, nothing else
None of that shit matters. A college degree doesn't mean shit.
Right.
It means absolutely nothing. And I tell them this all the time. You can go to college if you want. That's not gonna raise the value of who you are as a person.
Right.
Because I know there's people in jail with college degrees. That probably
they work for like FedEx or something like that.
Exactly. And so it's not like having a college degree is going to raise the value of who you are as an individual. No, it's the intangibles. It's the things on the inside that make you who you are. Like, what are your values? What do you value in life?
Yeah.
That determines who you are.
Yes.
Right? What do people say about you? That means a lot.
Right.
Like, what relationships do you have? That matters. Fucking college degree, credits, that shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But that's why astrology is so important. And you're, like, literally learning all this about yourself will literally make you tap into a whole different mindset and perspective of who you are. And all those answers will come to you. You'll start seeing different things like, wait a minute, that's true, but why? Oh, I do like that. Let me see more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, little things that might click will open your brain up to a whole new world.
Yep, I agree. And when you first have that feeling, it's like it makes you want to go explore. But I think anytime someone gets new information in front of their faces, they can either allow their past mindsets to make them think like, oh, that's just bullshit or whatever. Or it can open a new realm and a dimension in your brain that you never tapped into, and who knows where it can go from there.
Either or. That's true. Duality. And also timing. Like, maybe you might read it like today, and then you read it again in a year from now, and something else clicks for you. You might be at a different point in your life then.
But that doesn't mean that just because you denied it in the past that it didn't impact you.
Right.
It probably just wasn't the right time.
Right.
Going back to those numbers, like maybe you need a certain time for it to really click.
But time is an illusion, actually. Like, actual time. Like, 11:25 is a fake bullshit determination of life. It was put there to control the world. 9-to-5 jobs, literally in play to make it out to be a system that they wanted it to be, to control how they want the world to go around.
I wouldn't say, because control just sounds so negative.
True.
So I don't think it's control. I think the purpose of it was structure, and it turned into control.
True.
So I think it was if I were back then, I would want to have some type of time so I know when the sun is going to rise, so I know when I need to take care of the farm.
But that's because you like routine.
That too. Yeah, exactly. So I need that. I need to know when the sun is going to be up, so that way I know, all right, boom, I have to go do this with the farm, water this, feed this. I need that structure, like you said. So I feel as if whoever came up with the idea of time just needed it to help structure and plan out the
With
day.
structure comes a systematic though, because without structure, we would all be going with the flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
But of good things, because you would go with the flow of how you wanted to do things. I'm gonna wake up when I want to and go to work when I feel it's time to go to work, not because it's 8 o'clock and my alarm clock went off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit different. Like, but it could be. I mean, like you're saying, structure. But what was the structure made for? What was the purpose behind the structure?
Now that's the $1,000,000 question.
Right.
What was the purpose? I think in the beginning the purpose was to maintain farmland.
Mm. Like plants and stuff.
Plants, animals, because that's what you needed to survive. So it was, okay, we need to have this time so that way we can maximize the sun as best as possible.
Right.
So now if you can pretty much predict, all right, around this time every day the sun is going to now decrease, I know how much time I have for sunlight, therefore I can do all these activities within this amount of time. I think that's how it started. And then some evil, sick person
Motherfucker came.
Yeah, and was just like, yo, y'all using this the wrong way. The higher power said this, wrote this in this book that I wrote. I'm going to just say whatever.
Right.
And then it just went and spiraled
Right.
into what we see today.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. Life
Absolutely.
is crazy. But it's a beautiful thing to know this type of stuff. Like, I wouldn't wish to be anybody but myself, because learning and understanding is the best thing. Like,
you know how many people don't want to be themselves?
yes, a lot of people.
A lot of people do not want to be themselves. They want to be these IG models and these IG comedians and these celebrities, and that's not you.
Right.
Like, who are you?
Right.
Like, stop looking for the answers from other people.
Other people.
Look at yourself.
You could still be pretty and model on Instagram and whatever if that floats your boat, but like, ask yourself, why do you want to do that? Are you doing that because everybody else is doing that, or are you doing that because that genuinely makes you happy to model, to be idolized? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ask yourself these questions and don't do it for like because everyone else is doing it, like you're saying. But
there you go.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Simple.
Life is something.
It is
I
what
hate
you make it.
Instagram though. Like, I hate social media. Like, it literally has pros and cons to it if you do it in the right aspect. Like, business aspect, learning, connecting, networking, that type of stuff. But if you're doing it, like you're saying, because everyone else is doing it, or because it makes your ego feel better, like, then it becomes a dangerous place.
I don't think you connect at all on social media.
Really?
Because, all right, I'll put it in the frame of a question. When is the last time you've ever found and built a genuine relationship with someone on social media, solely on social media?
For holistic medicine.
Really?
Mhm.
Then you met them on social media?
Mhm.
Nice.
Through a friend.
That
don't count?
Nah.
Like
never met this
so
person
no.
from a hole in the wall. Y'all just met on social media and became genuine.
For a purpose.
Or just like a genuine relationship. It doesn't even have to be friends.
Does like a supporter count? Like someone that like just supports the things you do and y'all just...
That's not a real relationship though. That's strictly social media.
True. I mean, I have met a few women on social media. I've never met them before. We just became friendly, and
okay.
You know what I'm saying, we share comments and stuff on things and just uplift one another.
Okay.
So that's kind of good.
I think I've done it one time. Yeah, one time. It was this guy who was making some really nice content, but he was like kind of like starting out, and he just came up on my feed one day, and I see the work. I'm like, oh, like this is nice. So I'm scrolling through the page. I'm like, yo, I'm looking, double tapping. I like how you did this, because I'm learning at this point how to do content.
Right.
So I'm seeing his page, like, oh, this was dope. I like this setup. So I DM him like, yo, bro, like I see what you're doing. I don't know you,
right,
but I see that you on the grind making content. I just want to, shout you out, let you know that I see you.
That's what's up.
And since then, like, we just been cool. He popped in the 40 Central a few times.
Right, that's what's up.
And now we're trying to collaborate on something. But Other than that, I've never met anybody.
It's not many. It's not. Versus the other half of it that you get the total opposite, where they ain't doing nothing for you. You ain't learning nothing. They just a follow. Of course, that's social media for you.
So I think it needs to just be canceled for like 5 years.
I hope so.
Just shut it off for everybody for 5 years.
I think the world would go crazy.
In a good way.
Not in the beginning, I don't think. I think people will like go out of their mind.
But that's why fire is necessary for new beginnings. You can.
And Aries is fire, and that's the beginning. Isn't that crazy? It's all connected, baby. All connected.
You're cooking. We're cooking. Give me a high five. Cooking. We're cooking. That was dope.
Yes.
This has been a pleasure. I want to come back up here.
Yes,
whenever you need me, whenever you need me, let me know. I am here. I loved it. I'm having a great time.
Yes. Shout out JT, our producer, baby.
Hey, and Justin too.
Yeah, back soon.
All the 40 Central crew, man, is a part of this network.
Yes. All right, we're gonna bring our next guest to do the next birth chart.
Yeah, hi guys.
We are welcoming our other producer, Justin.
Woo!
He's in the building.
Hold on, let me make this.
We're about to do his birth chart. Hold on.
Let's see this. Oh shit. You ready?
Okay, Justin. So, are you aware of what these are? Like, did someone tell you what they are?
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to briefly explain what the main three are because you weren't here. So, your sun sign, which is Cancer, is like your personality, like your I am, like who you are, right? Your moon sign is your emotions, like what your heart craves. And then your rising is your personality, but like how you project your personality to like the outside world. Okay. And then your Venus is like your love language, like how you love and like what you should attract. Okay. So your sun is Cancer. Your moon is Aquarius. Which is no. Honestly, Aquarius men are dope. Like they're loyal when they want to be. They can be very intellectual. Okay, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Your rising is a Virgo.
What does this mean?
Wait, let me like get a feel.
Feel it out. Let's go.
Your Virgo is rising. Wow. So you know Kev is a Virgo, right?
Yeah, I hate Kev.
Okay, well, everything you say about someone is a reflection of yourself.
All right, so I love Kev.
But you don't really, because you just say that. And then your Venus is a Leo. I can see that, bro. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to read it to you and what it says here. Okay, since you don't know anything, I'll read your Cancer thing too and what that means. Okay, it says, with your sun in Cancer, you are extraordinarily sensitive and fearful of ridicule. The symbol for Cancer is crab, and you may frequently withdraw into your shell to protect yourself from emotional hurt and hide your vulnerability. Your strongest instincts are towards material and domestic security, and you will do whatever is needed to establish it. That's not on point?
A little bit.
Okay, challenge me. How?
All right, so do the beginning again. I could because I don't feel like I am. Because when I tell people I'm a Cancer, they go, "Oh, you're emotional." I don't really feel like I am emotional, and they also always tell me because I am on like towards the end, so they be like, "Oh, you're Leo." So then when you said the Leo thing, it kind of like, so like I don't feel like I'm 100% emotional and all that.
See, I don't necessarily think that Cancers are emotional because every single Cancer that I have come across, and my brother's a Cancer, they're not. It's not that they're emotional. It's that they not hide, but like they have a shell. Like I say, like a Cancer's a crab, right? So like you have a shell, that's your habitat. Okay. So like you never expressing what you feel. So it's like you have these emotions inside which you hide. So when you do share, you come off as emotional because it's not something that's expressed all the time. So I think cancers are very go with the flow, nonchalant people, but they have that side in them that they don't show.
Oh, okay. So honesty hour. Well, I didn't come earlier because I was in my shell, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna say why. So like I can say yes and no to that because I'm not afraid to say how I feel.
Right. But to someone you feel comfortable with, right? You wouldn't just speak on, well, like you're not gonna go on right now and share what you was going through.
If you ask me, I would.
But you
But
feel
that's
comfortable
you.
with me.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. You've seen me at the bar. I talk to everybody. I be telling people mad
True.
shit.
But about your life?
Yeah, but like, oh shit, man. I had court today. They be like, you had court today? I'm like, yeah. Shit didn't go too good.
I guess.
But like that's why like
Is that really what happened?
No.
Okay.
No. But like I agree with it a little bit. I just don't feel like I'm that emotional type.
Okay, but that's not what it said here.
What else it said?
But I'm just saying it's not. Okay, it says protect yourself from emotional hurt.
Okay, I do that.
So let me read that part again. The symbol for Cancer is crab, and you may frequently withdraw into your shell to protect yourself from emotional hurt and hide your vulnerability. So it's not saying that you wouldn't express, but it was saying like, so let's say I use this as an example. You really like a chick, y'all vibe, but the shit is getting too personal and you don't want to be in a relationship, so you rather go into your shell and not have like that much communication because now you know that you have that emotional side, and if you show vulnerability and you're not ready for it, it's not gonna go how you want it. So you would withdraw yourself from that situation to an extent.
Okay.
Let me keep reading.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You are likely to be very complex. At certain times, you appear to have the strength of a giant, and at other times, you may display the weakness of a child. Your intentions are always good, but you can at one moment be sweet and charmingly outgoing, and at the next moment be melancholy, introverted, and distant. Your waterworks are very easy to turn on. Because of your powerful imagination and its link with your subconscious, it is imperative for you to avoid thoughts of personal illness. You also need to control your tendencies to moodiness, intolerance, and excessive emotionalism. You need to develop a sense of humor as you find it very difficult to joke about yourself. You don't like to be told how to do things, but if the endeavor requires punctuality, exactness, planning, organization, and orderliness and efficiency, you will do a bang-up job. It's a lot, but I'm skimming through.
Okay, so while you skimming through, I agree with most of that. The only one I don't agree with is the waterworks. I don't cry easily. And the other one says I'm not funny. I'm fucking hilarious.
That's not what it said.
That's what I got out of that. It said
it's all about perception.
it said
I swear to God.
it said you have to find a sense of humor. I'm funny as
No,
shit.
it's that you need to develop a sense of humor as you find it very difficult.
I joke about myself all the time.
Okay, well,
That is true.
I do that.
Yeah.
I joke about myself. That's the only thing. All right, but the other ones was good. But I'm funny as shit. Y'all gonna realize out there. But
you have a powerful emotional attachment to your past, to your family, and to those places you associate with safety and security in your childhood. Maintaining a connection with your roots and heritage and keeping family bonds strong are very important to you. You tend to cling to whatever is dear to you, be it favorite person, familiar place, or cherished possession. You want absolute possession of the ones you love, and once you love, you never stop. You also never forget, which can benefit or a cross to bear.
that's true.
All right.
The last part is true.
So now I'm going to get into your moon because that's probably not something you really know about. You know mostly about Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, moon is about your emotions.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Your emotions are expanded and translated into the public or to society at large, which makes sense of what we were just talking about, how, as you said, you feel comfortable to speaking about whatever. This can indicate a charismatic leader with a spirit of opportunism and public ambition, which you do because you have a whole podcast.
That is true. I'll be outside, be like, yo, yeah. You want to come on? You want to? I'm opportunistic as shit.
I'm too, and I think that's a great quality.
Oh my God, I was like, yeah. All right, we'll talk about that.
These traits favor politicians and spiritual leaders who can get their point of view across effectively. You can focus well on the main chants and the larger issues, but a quirky mind would work behind a calm expression and placid exterior. There is risk, however, of emotional introversion and unusual self indulgence. The key here is total honesty, both in public and in private. Put your trust in friends who can and will give you accurate feedback, also with total honesty.
I do that. I do that.
Oh, so you agree that the stuff is
I agree
real.
with that one. I agree with that one. I wanted to come up here and be a dick and not agree, but I cannot lie.
But it's on point.
Like, but no, I agree with that. I do. Like,
Rising.
if we get out of here and we talk, I would definitely tell you like what's going on with me or whatever, something like that, to that exact. You know what I'm saying? But like, I do talk to a lot of people. I don't tell them everything, but I am very open. I'm very open with a lot of shit. Like, doesn't even fucking matter.
I always come across like every Aquarius that I know is like they're able to like articulate certain things, and also because like their mind is expanded. Like I don't know an Aquarius that like doesn't think outside the box. To make it simple.
I was just having a conversation before I got here about like certain things, and it was like so easy for me to just explain how I felt, and it was about like loneliness, and it was like why I felt lonely or whatever it is, and it like I can articulate that very well, and then you'll understand why I feel like that, but you won't see it.
Gotcha.
Like you would
so
never
you see how that works though, right? So your moon, right? Your moon is the Aquarius, which is they're open and they tell and they're able to talk and articulate. But your sun, which people see on the outside, you won't see that.
So I only could talk at night.
This guy. I mean, okay.
No. Okay. Okay.
You see where I'm going?
I see where you're trying. Well, I see where it's trying to head to.
Okay. Now your Virgo rising, right? So rising is how you project your personality.
Okay.
Okay. So
we're trying to say I'm like Kev, because his Virgo, I'm nothing
like him. His
Virgo
is a rising too. But people might see common things, or how y'all both are maybe similar. I don't.
Do you?
I mean, I see similarities, but that's also because y'all friends.
Okay, so let me ask you a question before we go into the Virgo thing, right? Does this matter for, how can I say this? For the time I was born compared to the time that he was born as a Virgo, or everything that I had, does it change? Because if saying like, if you're saying, I'm gonna let you say it because I want to see what it says, if it's gonna be like something similar to that. But does it differentiate from person to person, the time and time? Like, what does the time have to do with this? Me being born at 8:40 and in the morning, and me being born at 8:40 at night. What is the difference between that?
Because the planets and the stars were aligned a certain way when you were born at that certain time.
So then it would change who I am for my rising, my moon, and my sun.
What do you mean change?
It would give me a different definition of what my rising is.
Versus
if
Kev?
I was no in general. I'm not even talking about Kev. In general, if I was born at night, it will change who I am. Okay.
Yeah, because your placements would be different.
Oh, okay. So it goes by like that. Okay.
That's why you have to know the exact time.
That's why. Oh, okay.
Because like for instance, Jazz, she thought she was born at a certain time, and I had did her birth chart before. She told me to a couple of days ago that her time was different and her placements totally changed.
And everything was like differently about
it. Her son was regular because
that's when you're born.
Right. Okay. The date, but the time, like even right now, the time and the placements of the planets and everything is different.
Oh,
it changes.
Okay.
Okay. So your Virgo rising. People see you as objective, analytical, and as a master of detail. You appear practical in your intellectual activities and pursuits, and seem to enjoy research and collection of data. You appear to need neatness and order in your environment, and you may have difficulty functioning unless everything is in its place. You have a quickness of intellect and extreme fastness in communications, with both an earthy stability and flexible intellect. Not much escapes your attention, and you will even notice objects in a room that others may not know are there. So it's like basically having like an observant, pay attention to detail, like routine type of thing.
Right. Like just looking out for ops. You know what I'm saying?
That too. Yes, because Kevin be fucking putting everybody to a damn test.
No, I'm 50-50 on that one.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. You probably appear super organized and orderly to others. You are likely to rearrange your closets frequently down to last minute detail. You are a sucker for rotating shelves, appliance holders. I don't see that of you. Okay, we're gonna skip that. Okay. Others see you as super picky. Because of your neat and orderly mind, you may be quick to criticize those less organized. You may not realize how blunt or sharp you can be and thus be totally unaware of your ability to hurt or wound, and you certainly don't mean to. To you, facts are just naturally facts, and everyone should know that. And you are not given much to pampering or coddling. You are not uncaring, but you need to be aware that your cool approach can come across like ice at times.
A little bit. Not 100% with that one. I do tend to like say things that may, like, I don't mean it that way, so it might hurt them. I've heard that before. I have heard that before. But like, yeah, the reorganizing and doing all that shit. And like, I do like appliances now because I'm getting older. like if you see like, yo, I've been looking at like fucking pots. I'm like, them some nice ass pots. but like the other shit.
That does come with age.
Oh my god, I'm like, yo, do you see these pots? But the other shit, nah, not so much.
Okay. I mean, I will agree that
that one is off, right?
Yeah. All right.
Not in like very much though. Just like certain little aspects of it, of the orderly. I might seem like I'm orderly to some people, or like I want things done a certain type of way. That's possible, but I don't feel like I am too overly about that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, like I like to I like to come here and make sure y'all shit is good before y'all get here. Like those are things like I do take into consideration. But like,
but that's also being an adult too. You know, taking care of responsibility. Okay, Mercury and Venus.
What are you looking at? What is this? What is the app?
It's a website. It's not an app.
Okay. I have one that they gave me. I'll show you after. I don't know if you wanna.
Yeah, I wanna see if it's the same. Damn, I'm trying to get your Venus. Hold on. Your Venus is like how you love. Yo, Leos love hard though. I will say that. Like from experience.
I love hard.
When Leos are in love, they're in love. And very passionate.
Dude, but I love hard not only to the people I'm in love with. Like I love my friends hard. Like I love, like if I care about you, I care about you.
That's passion too. Like Leos are fire signs, so it's like.
Leo's a fire sign. Isn't that shit like a fucking horse?
Ram.
A ram. That's a ram. That's a fire.
No, I'm bugging. Aries is a ram. A Leo is a lion.
Lion, yeah.
And a Sag is a I forget, but the element is a fire.
Oh, okay. So
I'm bugging. Because I'm a fire sign, so I was thinking Aries in my head. Damn, why can't I click Venus?
We dumb. Leo, lion, Leo, same shit.
Leo, lion. Ha. They be lying. You be lying?
I haven't ever lied a day in my life.
Leos be lying.
Oh, word? My daughter's a Leo. I'm going to have to talk to her tomorrow.
They be lying for no fucking reason. They be going ghost. But overall, I love Leos. Like, I mesh very well with Leos. Maybe not the Leos I've come across, but...
Oh, Leos be lying.
You
a Leo. You know who we're talking about.
Leos be sneaky.
Huh?
Leos be sneaky.
Sneaky bitch.
Leos be sneaky. You gotta watch out. I don't know why I can't pull it up. Hold on.
I would love to know what it says about me loving.
That's what I'm trying to find a Venus.
Is it not that you know that I really don't really know about this shit, or I always come back to you when we talk about this shit, right? But I just feel like everybody is a piece of shit to somebody. But you could be like, you love Cancers or you love Leos, but I could be like, yo, Leos ain't shit to me just because that one Leo did it.
But it's not about it. It's about your connection that you have with somebody. Like, okay, so I might have had a bad experience. Let's say I hate Cancers. I don't fuck with Cancers. That's just me and my connection and compatibility that I have with that sign or that person. But you can't just go by Cancer. Like we were talking about before. Like you, all of this shit is real. Like it's not just your sun sign. Like you have to be compatible. Like you're both
with
moon
everything.
signs. Your rising, you know what I'm saying? Like your love language, all of that takes into play. So you can't just, like, if you don't understand your own birth chart, you can't specifically say you're not compatible with that other person because you don't even understand your whole, energy and how you were aligned when you were born.
So hypothetically speaking, right? You are, what are you?
An Aries.
You're Aries. What is your total opposite? Somebody that is not
Libra, they say.
Okay. So you meet a Libra, right? And is everything totally opposite, but do you look at that and then say, oh, he a Libra, this is this shit like that,
You're not gonna fuck with them?
Yeah.
I literally asked that question before. I say I'm not gonna totally write it off, but I will take it into consideration.
Yeah, but then aren't you setting yourself up for failure at that point? Because now you already came into this with a bad notion of I'm a Libra, instead of you just getting to know me as a person and then be like, oh, bitch ass nigga, you a Libra. That's why you did this shit. Like when it happened. Like,
I mean, for me, like I said, I would have to know your whole birth chart. Like I wouldn't specifically say, oh, he's just a Libra. I'm not gonna fuck with him. But what else are you besides a Libra? Like maybe back then when I didn't know about this, I would have did that. But now it's like I need to know everything. What time were you born, motherfucker?
Oh shit! Somebody told me this. I think I sent it to my mom. I was like, Mom, what time I'm born? She said, run. I was like, I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, I can't pick this up. You was the only person who I can't read their Venus. That's so weird.
Every time you say Venus, I think about the commercial with the razors.
Oh my God.
I'm no Venus. That's all I keep hearing in my head every time you say that.
That's so weird.
Yes, I want to know what I love.
Pause. Okay.
Right, back to business.
Venus and Leo. Venus determines how and what you love. It indicates how you express affection and the qualities you're attracted to. Your Venus is in Leo, meaning your romantic side is idealistic as fuck. You need a lot of love, care, and validation. In return, you don't hold anything back. You want a passionate relationship, though sometimes it seems like you like drama. In your 12th house, meaning that you love is often expressed in privacy, secrets, and introspection. I can definitely attest to that as not you, but Leos in general. Like they love validation. They like they have big egos, Leos. So they like for you to like feed their ego, basically.
See, I don't like that.
In a sense of what?
I don't like for you. Like I don't really need validation from you. I unless you say support is validation.
I mean, support can be a sense.
I don't need you to tell me I'm doing good. Like, good job. Like, I really don't need that. That's not something that I strive for. Okay.
But you want somebody to tell you like be your biggest fan.
Yeah, my biggest. But valid. All right, maybe I'm taking the word validation.
And I shouldn't use the word
literal.
ego, because ego.
Yeah, that's
automatically people think that that's a bad thing.
Yeah, but I gotta read that one again. Do I need a lot of love, care, and validation? In a sense, yes, and in a sense, no. Like, I don't need a lot of you. I just need you.
Okay, but that's still what it's saying.
No, it says I need a lot of love, care, and validation. Like, I feel like it's giving me like overly that I need that. In return, you don't hold anything back. That is true. You want a passionate relationship. That is honestly true.
Are you a passionate person?
I believe so.
Because you're fire. That's fire. Fire is passion.
I'm a passionate person about everything I do. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, a game with my son. I beat him in Connect 4 12 times today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just let you win.
Right.
He's 4.
What's fair is fair.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah. I don't hold anything back. On the passion. I don't like drama. That's one thing I keep me away from that. There's been plenty times where I've been in a situation and I just left.
Because of the drama.
Good. I'm good. Do I sometimes put myself in places? 100 fucking percent. Do I have shit that's I shouldn't be in? Yes, but do I like it? No. But I do. But I can see how a Leo, if we just go on by astrology signs and people who I know are Leos, how they do like drama. Like I can see that.
I don't think that they do that on like a level where they mean to like drama. I just feel like they happen to be placed into drama. I feel like it's an aura type of thing.
If we're gonna continue this on saying like we're just gonna go by people and their signs, there are a lot of Leos that I know that put themselves in drama.
Specifically.
Yes. Yes. And
Same.
and yeah, right. And I'm even looking at like my daughter, right? She does not put herself in drama, but when she comes home, she's like, Dad, let me tell you all the drama, let me tell you, because she's like she likes that shit, and I had to like tell her one day like, you are not doing that, but that's why I say I could see that from people because at my daughter's, this was when she was like 12, 11. And she's in school, and she's like, Dad, the drama's crazy, but I just want to watch it. And I had to realistically tell her, like, listen, that may pull you into that, and you don't like to do that shit. And even with, and I tell her, like, now, like, don't be a shitty friend because you, like, maybe that's the cancer in me trying to change it, but I can see Leos wanting to be put in drama, yes. Yeah. I agree with that, but I don't agree with that about me.
Got you. But you do be in messy-ass situations.
Of course I do.
So you might not feel like it, but at the end of the day, like...
But I don't like it.
I guess.
If you keep doing it, you must like it to some extent.
Right. Maybe subconsciously.
Yeah.
It's my rising.
No, it's your Venus.
Oh, it's
your
my
love.
Venus. Oh, no, I don't love that.
You know what? Not that you love it. Your love language. Like, okay,
my love language is drama?
No, like what you attract. Like, what... You be out here
drama.
thotting, like, on some shit.
Me?
Yeah. And that makes sense as a Leo. Because it's so, it's like, if you're not specifically into one person, you either in love and in there, or you everywhere.
Okay. Me specifically, I let them know.
It doesn't matter what you're
So
about to
there's
say.
no drama.
It doesn't matter.
There's
the
no
detail.
drama there.
It doesn't matter. That's drama. Being a fucking thot is drama.
Who are you talking to?
That guy was.
Oh, you a thot. But I'm not.
But yeah, no judgment. At the end of the day, I still love you. So
Excuse me,
it don't
ladies
matter
out
to me.
there. I'm not a thot. I'm a very nice guy. I'm a Cancer. I'm emotional available.
Are you?
Yes,
You
very
are
much.
you okay? Emotionally available is different from stability in emotion. Are you stable with your emotions?
For you, I will be.
Who's you?
Whoever's out there that's watching.
See, a thought. That means that this is going out to 1 million viewers.
Yeah, but what if that?
And he want all y'all.
No, but no, there's probably just one that connects with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking you in the eyes.
You heard it first, ladies.
But
a round of applause for Justin. Did we change our mind about like astrology a little bit?
No, not
You
at
full
not at
of
all.
shit.
Okay, maybe a little bit, but I just still don't see it. I think we have this
agreed
conversation a lot.
Okay.
We do have this conversation. We do talk about this shit, but I just don't see it being me. I think I know myself better than that is telling me.
Of course. That's just
I outline.
yeah.
So if I was to go in depth with it, probably. But I also agree with Kev. If I go in depth with it, I'll probably go crazy.
Well, because you're not ready to hear the information.
Right.
You already throwing it to the side. Oh, that shit not real. So you already going into.
No, half of it. Okay, I won't even gonna lie. 75% of it was real. But that's a there's a big portion that's not me. And maybe that's because of, I don't know, maybe that's the way I grew up or the way I try to be with around people. Maybe that changes. So let me ask you a question. Because of this, right? Is it not saying that you can eventually be better than what that says, or like I can not? Maybe I did like drama, right? But then a year from now, I just don't like drama. I'm changing, but it still says I like drama.
But that's what me and JT was talking about. That's the point in learning that, so that you can understand where your flaws are, where you fall short in things, and gain that power within yourself.
To change it.
Not even change, because you don't want to change anything about yourself. You are who you are. Can't nobody but to just be better and grow with it. Okay, I like maybe drama is attracted to me, and maybe I'll be more mindful about things that I'm going through or people who I'm around in situations, so that I'm not aligning with that frequency of drama.
Okay.
Because the more you become mindful of, the more power you can take control of. And that's why they don't teach astrology, because like we were saying, if we all knew how to control ourselves, or we all really knew who we were, we would be able to take over the world and manifest bigger and greater things, just like the elites and all these higher ups do. They use astrology to manipulate everything. And the crazy part is that you can't even get, if you get a copy of your birth certificate, it does not have the time on it. There's one birth certificate you get, your original birth certificate with the time on it. If you lose that birth certificate and you don't know what time you were born, it's a dub.
So, for real?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
And that's how powerful it is.
I just don't think that, and just for me in my personal life and everything like that I'm never going to just go into a relationship or a friendship or any type of ship judging you on just your sign.
No.
But a lot of people do that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's your sign? Oh, I'm a Cancer. Oh, I can't talk to you.
Well, then that person is just shallow, and they don't understand their own information. Because, like I said, you can't just say he's a Cancer, I don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
There's many aspects to a person and many aspects to your birth chart. You're not just a Cancer.
Okay.
But yes, so we're going to wrap it up from
Yes.
here. I thank all my guests that came on, and it was a beautiful build. I'm so happy that people are willing to learn about astrology and birth charts, because, like I said, the power is within. So we're going to bring Jazz back on to
End it.
Welcome back.
That was such an informative, I think it was like an hour, probably more. That was a lot of information. But I would like to say that one of the things that I enjoy about working with the guys is that their mindsets are very open to a lot of things. So the conversations that were had today were amazing.
For real. Mrs. Crumpet.
Justin was a little late, so he wasn't here when I
introduced my first surprise guest.
But it's all right. He'll get to know me a little later. But yeah, that was a very informative episode. I really enjoyed it. I know the guys learned a lot. You know, astrology is more popular with women, so men are not kind of like Justin. Like they think it's all
bullshit.
Yeah. But I'm glad that the guys had an open mind and they learned a lot about themselves.
Yes.
It was a great episode. And how do you feel?
I feel tired. I feel like my throat chakra needs healing because now it was a lot.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, this is what I do. I inform, I build. This is what I'm here for. So it was worth it. I love learning. I love talking to people who we can help expand our minds and just understand things from different perspectives and just teach each other. That's what we're here for, like to learn each other and deep within, like who you really are. Not just me, her, him, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful thing to understand people and how we all operate so differently.
I want to thank the guys from 40 Central for joining us today, for having an open mind, for being able to learn more about astrology and just what makes them them. We thank them a lot. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this. Anything else you need to say?
That's all. Until next time, peace, love, and light.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, all of that.
And I'll link below the
follow us on our social media, Blunt Wisdom. You'll find us all. And we'll see you next time.
Yes.